Hello. Welcome to another edition of the Knife Party Podcast, where we live it all on the cutting room floor. I'm close to your illustrious host, Zach Evergreen. I have the full crew in here. Almost the full crew. But I have the full physical crew. Yeah. So, to my right, we are the fabulous Freebirds 3. We are. I have Antonius Montana.
Oh, hello again. What's up, everyone?
What's up, everybody? So you were, pleasing the ladies so much you hurt your back?
That's true, yeah.
Well, I mean, dude, I could tell you can't lift them off the ground against the wall.
Well,
I know you're a giant.
I know.
But if they move funny, there goes the lumbar, dude.
Well, 4 is fine. Apparently 5 was too many.
And you're in the studio with your band. Can you give that a plug real quick?
Oh, yeah. So we're called Peregrine. We are recording the album right now. Hopefully be released in the next few months, and then we'll line up some dates.
And we got to have some free music on our Patreon only.
Yes, most
at the $5 level, you should be able to get the album.
Ooh, okay.
I think that's a good deal, because if they don't pay the next month, they don't get it. See what I mean? True, it like streams. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, and of course, we have H1N1 Zombies, who's looking extra smelly because zombies in the rain do not mix.
No, yeah. Not feeling good, not smelling good, but I'm here anyway, goddammit.
And somehow has 2 phones.
Yeah, no, fuck that up.
Yeah, that's all right.
Oh, and then since we're plugging away here, I was actually on a live stream with a podcast. I don't know, they were doing a live cast on TikTok. Yes. The Scariest Cut.
Who we are now following also on Twitter. Yeah. And as should you, formerly known as Twitter, now known as X. And just search us up and go to who I follow. Skip all the goth cam girls and you'll find it eventually.
Just gloss over that.
Yeah. Don't look at what I like, because it's yeah, if you like black and white BDSM tasteful porn, there you go. You're going to see a lot of that shit. Yeah. Anyway, speaking of plugs, we have, of course, got to get a shout out to all of our Patreons who make the show all possible, including Nick Neo, who shall be on momentarily. I'm also talking about Caps and Cork. Caps and Cork on the borderland of Vallejo in American Canyon. It's right south of Napa, so if you're sick of wine and you're in Napa and you're sick of fentanyl and being stabbed by a hypodermic and you're in Vallejo, just go north to Caps and Cork. See what I did there? They have the largest selection of microbrews per square foot than any other place I know. I today am enjoying a beautiful North Coast Rasputin Imperial Ale 9%. And for a 4-pack of this, I only paid $11.37. Such a deal, as my Goyim would say.
The savings!
Also, all of our other Patreons, I don't care if you're, I'm on... I'll buy that for $1, which gets you all episodes early and often. Not only that, well, actually, they're not early anymore. They're just more often, because I'm doing 2 shows a week now, and only one of them's on the Patreon. You still got to pay $1. Yeah. Also, we have the most tasteless and triggering show ever, Face the Mirror, starring Jeff the Tech. I can't talk right now. Who is not in with us. There's another Jeff in our midst, and he also has been a Patreon for a long time. Jeff Ugly Shoes will be on next episode. I'm plugging it now. It's going to be awesome. I also got to plug this. Dude, you probably missed out as you're hearing this. The $20 level Fuck the Night Party t-shirts are going to get made very soon. Yes. And they're going to be ready by March the 1st. So if you missed out, dude. However, get back in. Maybe if you get in time, I could slip you one. Who knows? I might order some spares. So,
get in now.
Yeah, and I'm definitely going to order coffee mugs, because we need some spares of those.
Yeah, we do.
We all need at least one on the table here, plus one at home, right? And those are all of our sponsors. We're talking the Mummy.
Got one more plug.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, Vashi V Gaming over on Twitch. Old friend of mine, Nick Neo knows him. Good dude. Go follow him on Twitch, and he's going to follow us back.
Cool.
Give us some shouts.
Love that.
Nice.
So today's knife is a golden gladius short sword.
Yeah, okay.
With a blue pommel.
Was it a gladius?
I thought it was a gladius.
I don't remember.
It's got that scythe curve at the very end.
Kopesh.
Thank you. My bad.
Yeah,
that's today's knife. We are doing the Mummy, and
Bronze Kopesh.
This is the first episode of Girl Month. episodes that only my wife picked because we have no female Patreons in order to pick.
Now, some of the other Girl Month movies, it's like, yeah, I get that. Why The Mummy? And I'm like, oh, yeah, Brendan Fraser shirtless in the 90s. Never mind. I get it.
Actually, I don't think he's shirtless in this at all.
Is he not?
No, he's not.
Not in this one.
I did not pop a boner last time I saw this. So, no, he does not lose his shirt.
Wow.
So-
I really thought there was a scene where he was shirtless.
You just really wanted there to be a scene where you're
hey,
shirtless.
I do.
shut up.
Dude, I am a fucking sex addict and love vagina. I would fucking tackle Brendan Fraser circa 1998. You kidding me? Dude, that is a sexy man. I'm not going to suck his balls, but everything but.
You may kiss the taint.
By the way, this is on the free channel. Maybe I should.
Yeah, we'll save that for
After Dark. For only at the $5 level. Anyway, Brendan Fraser is amazing, so how dare you? I don't know. What were we talking about? Gaming, and then liking us, and then we were talking The Mummy. Yes, this is the reason. This is the reason why our next two episodes, and starting off Girl Month. Thank you for listening to Tarantino Month, and I hope you like that little break with the mist and etc. Which, by the way, the troll at the end is totally worth listening to both episodes. One of my favorite episodes of all time, by the way. So, where the fuck was I? Yes, these are before you kids, you zillennials, had Netflix and chill, or even millennials, you would VCR and chill. This is a VCR and chill movie.
I don't think Blockbuster and chill was a thing.
Blockbuster and
It
chill.
definitely was.
Thank you.
It definitely was.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah.
I have Blockbustered and chilled to this movie. Not once, but twice. So
I have done it to another one on our list.
Okay.
We'll get to Fifth Element later.
So these are exactly. Oh, dude, Fifth Element, dude, I'm batting like 600 on Fifth Element.
Yeah.
Like I swear to God, I think I've seen it with 6 girls, and all times, I was licking her Lilu.
And you're over there giving her the multi-pass?
Oh yeah, dude, we invented a move called the Corbin Dallas. The Fifth Element, by the way.
I don't want one position, I want all positions.
But Lilu, you haven't got to butt stuff yet. All right. Anyway, so yes, we are doing that, of course. The Mummy was released, I think, on my wife's birthday. It's either May 14th or May 10th. I know my wife's birthday. I'm just saying, like, The Mummy.
Did you forget?
No, but we'll get into that in just a second. In fact, let me grab my bookie book. My
bookie book.
So, you guys, tell me when did you see this movie, and what would you give it Evergreen Tomatoes now before we actually watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just pure nostalgia meter?
Yeah.
I mean, I saw this thing like in theaters when it came out.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, nostalgia meter, this is up there pretty high. I know it's going to be like super 90s and cheesy, but just off nostalgia, it's at least like mid-high 80s.
Okay. I was going to go nostalgia at least 90.
Oof. I had 87.
Yeah.
Nostalgia alone. Also, too, I was getting laid a lot while watching this movie, so, I mean...
I'm not looking forward to some of the CGI, my guy.
Like, when you see her...
Right, yeah.
Oh, I know what you mean, but when I did notes for this, I actually noticed that a lot of the CGI was actually CGI claymation.
So like the scarabs?
No, like all the face stuff. So
yeah,
so it's like Diablo style, where it's claymation CGI. So it might not be as bad as we remember. We haven't watched this yet, obviously.
Yeah.
It might not be as bad as we remember, because we might remember it very, very terribly, and it might not, like, the scarabs might be so. You know what? This is another movie that needs a black and white treatment.
Yeah, I was shocked at how
would make it pretty dope.
Yeah, I was shocked at how well the black and white masked some of the ugly early 2000s CGI in the mist. I wonder if a black and white treatment of this would kind of smooth that over.
I think if I was a DVD or Blu-ray company or a streaming company, I would actually have a Schindler's List option on every movie where it was just black, white, and red. Like the colors only children can see.
Yeah.
I think that would be cool to watch, like Jurassic Park and only black, white, and red.
That would actually be scary.
That'd be kind of dope.
You know what I mean? Especially with like
crap.
the raptors and shit. Mm-hmm. Like, dude, that would be like, and the whole clever girl and stuff, like with the man. I'm just saying, it would be cool. All right, anyway, but I think that the CGI is going to hold up better when I was doing research on this movie, also too, I saw the combat training they went through.
Okay.
So it wasn't like, it's not going to be a wire flying in the around fest like it was in like the Matrix, except for some of the mummies do that, but they're mummies, so it doesn't count. They're supernatural.
Right.
Anyway, here's some notes I have in this. So this was came out in 99.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. By the way, this got a 75 on the tomato scale.
Really?
Yeah, only 75.
That's
not
low.
I think it is low, but remember, it was cool to hate on this movie at the time.
When was it ever cool to hate on this movie?
I'll tell you why. It came out 2 weeks after Phantom Menace. So people were comparing these movies, and it got snubbed a lot, like especially during like the awards and stuff.
That's comparing apples to drywall, my guy.
Dude, don't talk to me about that shit. Come on, me all hot and stuff. I know that. I'm agreeing with you. I'm going. These movies are
I'm frustrated at the meter. Not
these
you.
These
You know I love
movies
you, baby.
are. Thank you. These movies are these movies are epic adventures, but they're totally different because one takes place in like 3020, and this one comes in 1920s. So I mean, but they are very larger in life adventures, and there is a lot of sand in both of them.
This is true.
And also, I was going to bring this up. Do you remember in the early I'm going to nerd you guys out. You remember in the early 2000s?
Too late.
When
20 years ago?
Video games were all water. Like water was in every game. There was like Jet Moto, Final Fantasy X. There was like
Wind Waker.
Yeah, there you go. Wind Waker. There was
Final Fantasy
X. I already said it.
Yeah.
There was BioShock. There was like all these water games came out because they finally figured out water technology.
Okay.
Yeah, water physics were not just, terrible anymore.
But this came from all the water movies that came out in 99. Think about that. In 99, there was a lot of like Deep Rising just celebrated a birthday. We were talking about Ghost Ship. We're talking about Virus. There's so many water movies that came out, and they're like, and not for nothing, but I think there's a correlation. But do you remember a couple of years earlier, before this movie came out, and also to Phantom Menace, desert things were in video games a lot.
Okay, I don't remember that, but I mean,
Final Fantasy VI, aka Final Fantasy III, Diablo 2. There was like so many FPS games that used desert themes. Desert was just like a theme for a minute.
Yeah,
like on PS2, there was like so many desert sniper games like out there.
That's all for something else.
No, I know. I'm just saying it's weird how like some trends carry over. Like I always say the asteroid or volcano effect.
Yeah, of course.
So there's that. Anyway, this got delayed 7 years.
What?
7.
Holy crap.
Because it was supposed to come out on the 60th birthday of the original Universal Mummies.
Okay.
So it was going to come out in 92. And believe it or not, Clive Barker was set to direct.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
See that one.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, and the script was really cool. So I'll tell you about the script in a minute. But Clive Barker wanted $50 million to make it in 92. And in 92,
jeez,
that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's like over $100 million.
But you got to remember,
he's coming off of like Hellraiser. And,
but still, you got to remember that was a blockbuster. Like the summer blockbusters in the early 90s were things. There was no flops.
This is true.
Right, exactly.
Can you name one summer blockbuster flop in the early 90s? That's when you had your Jurassic Parks. That's when you had your Terminators. That's right after The Abyss, which wasn't a blockbuster, but it was starting that.
Yeah.
Even movies like Predator 2 got way better reception than they should have because like going to see in the early 90s, it was like mid-coke pre-AIDS. Everyone like was having a good time, right? So people like love to go to movies. Well, anyway, Clive Barker, they said no to how much he wanted, right? But here's his script, and it's fucking dope. An occult leader buys it's kind of like the movie 13 Ghosts. A cult leader buys or acquires a house that's actually a museum that has the mummy to it, and he's kidnapping a girl to sacrifice to it to bring him and Nox the Moon back. Very think Clive Barker's Lord of the Illusions.
Yeah.
So kind of like that, where like magic does exist, and anyway.
Okay.
Then, and you're gonna love this. Pointing at zombies right now. George A. Romero threw his hand in the ring.
Oh God, yes.
And he wanted less. And they were about to give it to him, but they said that the script was too dark. He wanted
Damn it.
He wanted like 28 something around there million. And here's what he was going to do. He went under budget. The budget was 30 million.
Okay.
So he gave it like this pitch where it's a tragic feel sorry for the monster love story. Now remember,
which we kind of got with this.
This
version.
was coming out. This was supposed to come out, slated to come out right after Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Oh,
so this would have been the direct sequel, and it was going to be just like the original, where you feel sorry for the monster, but he kidnaps her, and but eventually she loves him, and it was too close to Dracula. So when he heard that, he rewrote it and made it super dark and gory, like really dark and gory. And then they're like, "Okay, Mr. Romero, we're looking some other places." And then they did Mary Shelley's Frankenstein instead, and this got pushed back. So
that plot in 1992, you feel bad for the monster that gets kidnapped. I'm like, oh God, that's Beauty and the Beast.
So then, then they rewrote the script that they have now, and they handed it. Dude, this is a total strikeout. This pitch is right to me, to Wes Craven, and he said no.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Dude, think about that. George A. Romero, Clive Barker, and Wes Craven all turned this down? Or something happened?
Yeah.
Dude, I want to see all three of those movies.
I want to live in the universe where
very
that movie
much so.
happened.
Yeah.
Or even if one did Act 1, one did Act 2, and one did Act 3. God damn
that'd
it.
be kind of dope.
Yeah, if George A. Romero set it up and then Wes Craven knocked it out of the park and Clive Barker gave it the fucked up shit in the middle, that would be amazing.
Let Romero finish it. He always has really devastating finishes.
Actually, I like his intros better because his intros are like classical music. They don't start off like metal. They start off very slow burn.
and then ramp.
And then once they're at there, they don't move. They're there. So I actually like Romero. His endings are...
Yeah.
They're always like tragic and fast.
Yeah. I
and
love
then
them.
And then you're like...
They leave you feeling empty and wanting for more.
Wes Craven's endings are always triumphant and awesome, and then there's a last minute thing at the very end. That's why Wes Craven is better at endings. At every single Freddy, there's like or something.
Something, yeah.
So there you go. Okay, here's what really put this movie behind. Do you remember the movie Babe?
The pig?
Yeah.
Big. Yeah, okay.
So anyway, when that shit came out, it was not what they expected it to be. It lost a lot of fucking money. And a lot of that money was going to go to this.
I thought that movie did really well. It
Yeah.
Not because they like right after, I think it was like the next year, they released the sequel, Pig in the Big City.
Oh, that one was fucking terrible.
That flopped so bad that it delayed production on this movie for a few years, to the point where that person that made that movie got fired.
Yeah.
And they had to change like their whole thing. And that person had this movie slated for only 30 million, and the new person gave it 50 million. When he saw what was going on with the making of the movie, with the production, he raised it to 80 million.
Whoa,
Yeah.
nice.
So
Okay.
so they got to go get her in there, dude. Now check this out. Okay, now the first script went off to these actors for O'Connell. Are you ready?
Okay.
Let's hear him.
DiCapricock.
He's got the charisma, but not the build.
You got to remember, this was a very late teens,
Post Titanic. Yeah.
right post Titanic.
Yeah.
Like right after Titanic. And he was still like, he's too wimpy. Right. And the director said, I want to make this. And this is funny because I always talk about this movie as the Lost Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
It's the best Indiana Jones.
That's exactly what the director said. I want to make the best Indiana Jones movie ever.
Okay.
And I want to give it the spice of campiness in the beginning. You know, like the mummy, he lives up, and he goes, I want to make it that, but I want to make it like action adventure Indiana Jones, but just with enough horror to it. And this was the dude that did Deep Rising.
Oh,
See how it ties together? See what I did there? Call that. Yeah. And then after that, they wanted Clooney.
Too old. Even then, too old.
You think so?
Yeah. Because he was even, he was a little older for Batman, which was just in 97.
And then they wanted Pitt.
That would have been a pretty good choice.
Yeah, but would you rather that or Fight Club? Because it was a choice of this or Fight Club.
Oh, Fight Club, obviously.
Yeah. Fight Club.
And by the way, have I been researching that movie, and I cannot wait to do it. Dude, I have like shining theories on that movie.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, that's going to be a 2-episode. The first episode's going to go, you never talk about, or first rule is, and then, second one will be, you never talk about Fight Club.
I'm not reading the book for the podcast. I'm sorry. I'm not.
You do
doing
not have to. I already did.
Oh, God damn it. That's going to be a 4-hour movie. Or podcast.
No, it'll just be 2. Okay, so other notes in here real quick. I'm almost done, I swear.
No worries.
It was filmed in Morocco.
He flipped a page, everyone. I don't know if you heard that.
And it was so bad. There was windstorms that were like, windstorms that were like 40 to 60 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Like that's like getting pelted by a car like constantly, right? Also, too, they suffered multiple snake and scorpion stings and bites.
Oh.
And so they also had to have
that sucks.
a hydration station at filming at all times with IVs and this drink that they made up that they actually teach you how to make in the refineries, probably the Army too, or any military. But it's lukewarm water, like room temperature water, with salt and a little bit of sugar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of a standard IV.
Yeah.
They have like electrolyte packets now.
Yeah, they do now, but in '99 they probably had the military ones. But anyway, the point is there was a trailer following them at all times, and it was had to be on tank tracks and shit because of the sand.
It's hot as balls out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Brendan Fraser almost died.
Well, yeah, there was like the scarabs, and then there was
No.
mummies. Yeah,
Hold on.
I earned that one. Oh, this one feels good because I know I earned it.
It feels good too. Is how close that button is now. Close to me. I'll rewire this fucker.
It loses its impact. It's like, hold on.
Yeah, exactly. So, the hanging scene in the beginning, like, because of the heat, he had heat exhaustion. So just that much torque, just like when his eyes roll back and shit. Some of that's real.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, because they use the footage. Some of it.
Yeah.
Some of it.
It's like, man, that was a believable take.
So
God, get him down.
The magic trick to this is you put your hands behind your back, right? Like you're being hanged, and there's a belt attached to where your hands are that's attached to a suspender gurney underneath you that goes behind your head. And it's this really fat fishing line, like a braid of it, so it doesn't break.
Yeah.
Right?
Monofilament.
So you could actually, thank you. So it's fall protection, also goes underneath your thighs. So it actually makes it so you can breathe like this. Like just hanging.
Okay.
Right?
It's not comfy, though.
Oh, no. Yeah,
Anyone who's worn a harness like that knows, like,
Yes.
if you don't have that thing tightened down, that thing will cinch up and just chafe your gooch like no other.
If you went more to the right, to the left, and it catches you between your fucking nutsack,
it can rip your
wires.
nutsack off. It can rip your nutsack off.
Yeah, dude, I've had it on my nutsack wires. It was not fun. Like, not my nutsack, the wires in between, because it went shoop like that.
No.
Yeah, I
wasn't risking it. I got the chafing.
So, $80 million and $450 million return.
Well spent.
Hell yeah.
Now, remember, this movie is the one that was cool to hate. We're going to go ahead and get started. We are almost...
Fuck anybody who hated this movie.
Yeah, we're at 20 minutes. We've been good. All right,
Solid.
I'm going to go ahead and pause it, and we're going to go ahead and watch the movie, and we'll talk about it after. All right, see you guys.
See ya.
We'll be back. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Many men have wasted their lives in the foolish pursuit of Harmonoptera. Most have never returned.
I think you found something.
I call it the doorway to hell. Oh my God, it does exist.
You have unleashed a creature that we have feared for more than 3,000 years. Is the bringer of death. He will never stop.
This summer, Universal Pictures invites you on an extraordinary adventure beyond life and time. Slow down! Come on!
Yeah, baby, with that bump at the very end. And we're back.
Heck yeah.
So, Of course, we just did The Mummy.
It was awesome.
It was awesome.
It was awesome.
It was very awesome. So our nostalgic votes probably are going to change a little bit, seeing how we haven't watched this in a minute. Now, if I recall, yours was 90, mine was 87, and yours was mid to high 50s is what you said, zombies.
Mid to high 80s.
80s, not 50s, my bad. So this movie is like one of those adventure rides where there is so much stuff going on, but at the same time, it's hard to like kind of like walk through the scenes.
Yeah.
So here's kind of the basic plot synopsis. Brendan Fraser's character O'Connell is apparently he's in the tail end of the Great War or like the left behind refugees of the Great War or whatever. Mm-hmm. And
looking at him, it looked like they were like French Foreign Legion or something.
But he's a merc with them.
Right.
And without orders, they decide, you know what? Hey, we're here. There's a treasure over here. Let's go check that shit out.
It doesn't end well.
No, it does not. So without orders, they check out this area, but they're in a firefight, and then we get introduced to Benny, who's probably
the heart and soul of this movie.
He was what Jar Jar Binks was supposed to be, but way better.
Oh, Benny is way better than Jar Jar. Holy crap.
Yeah, and they were 2 weeks apart. So they, of course, get chased away, and then we get our Muslim, like, order of secret knights that protect
the Magi.
Yeah, they're like their Huadram, if you will. And they're
I thought they were more like the Assassin's Guild.
Well,
dude,
there is
Guild.
There is so goddamn much shit in this movie that I was like, oh my god, this stole from this, but yet this stole from this, but yet this stole from this. This movie screams Assassin's Creed right from the get.
It does.
Like, it really does, especially, did you ever play Assassin's Creed Valhalla?
Yeah.
I heard Valhalla was one of the better ones, but I've never actually played it.
It's really good. It's Skyrim, but you don't have to, like, jump up the mountains. You got to climb them. that's it in a nutshell. And the combat is amazing, but it is one of those it is one of those games where it's like, if you're a completionist, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
But if you just want to play through, it's a lot of fun.
Isn't there an Assassin's Creed that takes place in ancient Egypt?
Well, the reason why I bring up Assassin's Creed Valhalla is because you actually meet where the assassins come from, the Hashishans. And they're the remember the ones that were all white that like come in the beginning, and they actually teach you how to use all their weapons. Mm-hmm. They look like the dudes in this look the exact same. The only difference is they're wearing black instead of white.
Okay,
but like same tattoos and same everything, right? And anyway, he gets captured. Blah blah blah. We cut into our female protagonist, who God, why does her name escape me right now? We just fucking watched it. Evie Hammond, right?
Hammond.
What's her last name?
No, Evie Hammond's from V for Vendetta, I think.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. I was like, hold on, why do I know that name?
Do they have they don't have a last name in this movie.
They don't? Okay.
No.
Anyway, she's hot as fuck.
Of course you are.
Of course you are. Oh, by the way, check this out. Watch this. This is going to be the weirdest thing. I'm on Rotten Tomatoes right now. I'm going to type in The Mummy. I bet you it won't come up. Watch this.
No? Why wouldn't it come up? They hate on The Mummy that hard?
They really do. I swear.
What?
You type in The Mummy, it's not even the
Oh,
first.
it's the freaking Tom Cruise one?
No, it's The Mummy Murders comes up, then The Mummy Resurrection, The Mummy Rebirth, and then The Mummy with Tom Cruise, then The Mummy trailer, and then The Mummy Resurrected, and then The Mummy Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, and then The Mummy Quest for Lost Souls, and then Mummy's Kiss.
Wait, what's this Tom Cruise one you keep talking about?
Yeah, exactly. So
we don't want to talk about it.
It's terrible. So
when did they make that?
2014.
Something like that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they did put a chick in it and make her lame. That's like where that kind of started to bore people, because that's exactly what that movie is.
So Imhotep's a chick, and Tom Cruise is
was
roles
it Jet
reversed.
Li or whatever?
No, it's Tom Cruise.
No, but isn't like Jet Li the like mummy guy?
That's the
No,
Curse
it's
of the
the
Dragon Emperor one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they did remake the Mummy since the Brendan Fraser era,
And it's terrible.
Yeah. Okay.
It's really bad. And sadly, the CGI is even worse than that one, because it's new CGI and it should not be that forgivable.
No, it should not.
Because when they do, in this, they're guilty of that, but when you do CGI in large scale, like a whole city being taken over,
right,
it better look fucking good.
Yeah, you better do it right.
Because you could always tell practical effects from non-practical effects when it's like something big.
Yes,
100%. Rather than something small. And dude, it's bad. You thought the sand wall and this was bad. It's like as bad, but
The sand wall wasn't even that bad. That's not the worst thing in
no,
this.
no,
it's definitely not.
It's not. It's not. I'm just saying, like, it's that quality, but they had a 15-year, like, you know, and
Let me ask you guys.
yes.
What was the worst thing for each of you? Like, what was the one where you're like, that's the one that takes me out of this?
The soul transfer pit of black goo.
Yeah,
The soul
that
transfer
one's pretty
pit?
bad.
That one was really bad.
Yeah.
The water itself looked like really fake.
Like when Anoxinamoon's soul's coming out, or like at the end where he's going into it and all the skulls start popping up?
At the end, that's the
Definitely
worst.
at the end, that's the worst.
But
yeah.
when her soul pops up, it does look like a late 90s magic card.
That
Definitely.
kind of redeems it a little.
Yours is going to be the Gleam, isn't it?
The Gleam, because like I appreciate like some cheese in my movies and
Yeah.
like some
How about-
camp, but god damn it, that was a step too far.
How about the fact that every time he moved the bag around, it jingle jangled like there was a bunch of fucking magic beans in there?
Well, it's a 90s movie. Every time they move the guns too, click, 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 click.
yeah,
Like he's not
I
touching
hate
anything.
that.
He didn't cock anything. But every time they moved around, click, 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 click,
Yeah,
click, click, click.
it's like how come you rack your gun every time you move it? You know what I mean?
Like
In some movies, it's that bad.
he's holding a revolver. It's already cocked, and he just raises it up and click, click.
Yeah, yeah. That was pretty bad. The some of the editing I really could, especially at that last scene. It seemed like they were just like, "How much money we got left? Spend it." You know,
okay.
Unless it was filmed first, I don't know, because like the whole thing with the whole ending to me runs off way too long, because you have the Emperor's guards, then you have Hemutet's priests, and then you have like a CGI fight fest of the two.
Right.
And it's
And then my personal favorite, the thing that ruined it for me, the two like stone guys that come out of the wall.
Yeah.
those are Hemutet's priests. Yeah.
Yeah, those were the worst.
You could have cut the whole Hemutet's priest out, and it would have been fine.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have
Okay.
noticed, because here's why: you still have Pharaoh's priests that come out too.
Yeah.
So, like, why are you doubling down on mummies that come out of walls? We already have mummies come out of walls.
I think that was we have too much budget left, so let's just do it.
Yeah, possibly. That being said, dude, the props in this movie
Oh yeah.
are amazing. All the guns look real and legit,
Yeah.
and they look like they have weight to them. You know what?
All period accurate.
And you know what? Sometimes in movies where like they'll have an object and you could tell it has zero weight.
Yeah. So, with that being said, the gold book,
Yes.
like when they're like moving that around and flipping through,
That
I'm
thing
like,
should be heavy
That
as
would be like
fuck.
a 50-pound fucking book.
She should be
bro.
slamming her
Like,
fucking fingers every time.
Yeah, exactly.
But the Book of the Dead does look like it has weight to it.
it does. The
Yeah.
gold one doesn't, but the black one does.
Yeah, the gold one looks like
It's lighter.
Which could be
Styrofoam.
like a metaphor thing. Like,
you know what? I'm gonna just like use your D&D logic right there and say it's magic and you can move it around. It's like it's like a book
Okay.
of reading. You know, it weighs
book of
nothing.
reading.
Yeah, exactly. Where the other one has more weight
I've
to it.
always hated that explanation, especially for like giant swords and stuff. It's like, oh well, it's magic, so it's light. I'm like, the point of a big sword is that it's really fucking heavy. And you can hit shit with it. Making it light, why?
Yeah, but
make the guy magic, and
yeah.
then he can use the sword.
give him gauntlets that come with it.
Yeah, there we go.
You know, give him like the Stone Cold Steve Austin like leg brace, and he's like got better strength. What? God damn it! I got a giant sword. What? I got a gold book. What?
I'm actually gonna buy a giant sword here recently.
Really? What, like,
Yeah.
like
You're gonna buy it here recently.
No. Here we go. Yeah, or here in the next few months.
I've been playing Final Fantasy X recently. Are you in like in an Orin mood?
More guts. It's actually like a 20-pound, 6-foot replica of the Dragon Slayer sword from Berserk, and it's sold as a
Sega Saturn
fitness
game?
aid.
Okay.
Like the guy who created it actually has like a gym where you go down there and you learn how to like move the sword and swing it around. And
The
everything.
Sega Saturn
Okay.
game?
Yeah.
I
Was
can't believe you mentioned that. I haven't thought of-
Dreamcast. It's a
Dreamcast,
Dreamcast.
yeah.
Guts Revenge. Or,
I have not thought about that game in 20 years easy. Mm-hmm. I remember that's the last time I played, is right when Jonathan got kicked out of the military and was working at Shoe Mart, and he was living in the garage, and he had a Dreamcast for whatever reason, and he had that game.
fucking great game.
So
Better
you-
anime.
I think he like went to the flea market over in the Concord drive-in theaters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he like got like a really good deal on it or something, or Funko Land had it. That was right like across the way from that. I don't know. Do you remember Funko Land? It wasn't a porn store.
No.
They sell Funko Pops there?
No, Funko Land was like at least I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. But it was a before like there was GameStops and shit. It was like a mom and pop GameStop where you could find an Atari Jaguar or like a Game Boy or a Game
Those are
Boy
always
Color.
cool.
No, those are always the coolest places to stop at. So, but yeah. Anyway, he had that Berserker game, and I just remember playing, going, "This game's a lot of fun and pointless fun, and it's 3 a.m, and we have to stay up all night because we're going to the because he used to go a lot to the drive-in." So
Yeah.
we were going to go get there at 6, so we get to see all the cool vendors before it gets hot and everyone leaves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of giant swords, though, O'Connell's sword?
Yes.
That one's fucking badass.
At the end, the white and blue pommel. Yeah, I'm telling you.
It's got the white and blue pommel.
That was kind of like a Gladius.
It was, but it was like two-handed. It was large.
Yeah. That is an awesome sword, though. And when I saw the making...
Not accurate, but still very cool.
When I saw the making of this, when it showed him fighting without the CG, I noticed they did the one take, like kind of the old boy thing, too, which I thought was really cool.
Where he's fighting like around the altar.
He's fighting around the altar, but it's not like smash, cut, smash, cut, smash, cut. You actually get to see what's going on.
Yeah.
It was very, very Army of Darkness. Very Army of Darkness, too. Like how he like punches one and his head spins around. And
Oh, they were doing that the whole movie.
Dude,
for
there's
sure.
so much Sam Raimi in here.
Is Sam Raimi involved in this at all?
No, but let's count the ways. You have the Army of Darkness thing. You have the Book of the Dead thing.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
have
the zooming in on his corpse right when it pops out?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and that happens twice,
All
too.
the close-up, like, goofy faces, like when Benny jumps out the window.
You also have the hand thing when he cuts
when
up-
it crawls?
Yeah, when it crawls after him and he grabs the hand to grab the sword to, like, cut the dude. You have the mummy holding a giant thing about to squish him, and he cuts his legs and he goes, "Oh no!" and falls backwards.
Doesn't somebody get like poked in the eye?
Yeah, at one point,
when they're driving away in the car.
during the boils and sores scene. Emotet.
Yeah.
Yes. Sam Raimi loves like poking in the eye.
He loves Three Stooges shit.
He does.
Oh, let's talk about some Three Stooges shit in just a second. The hand popping up though, as well from the sand when it's like clearly why. No, he wouldn't be climbing out of the sand. He is like ways and stuff. Why would he just go?
Just walk out the door.
Because it looks cool.
It does.
It does look cool.
Rule of cool.
Yeah,
It's a classic kind of horror thing, which I know they were kind of tossing some of that in there too.
Well, remember,
Rise from your grave.
they wanted a horror feel when they did this movie,
Right.
I mean, of all the would-be directors and everything else.
It's like, I know it's a horror. I wouldn't really classify it as a horror.
No.
I'd put it more as an adventure. But
This is like your typical PG-13 fun for the whole family kind of adventure ride.
Right.
Like this should be a ride at Universal right now. Like it really should.
didn't they do
have
that
you-
at some point?
Yeah.
Did they really?
Yeah, they got
Yeah,
rid
I
of
thought
E.T.
they-
and they put in the Mummy.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here!
I was originally like heartbroken. It's like they got rid of E.T. where he says your name as you leave.
I know.
And I'm
That
like,
was so awesome.
Man, that's nostalgia right there. And I rode the Mummy once. I'm like, never mind. Fuck E.T. This E.T. was stupid. This thing's fucking cool because it's a roller coaster in the dark. It takes you all the way forward, and then you stop, and then it's like, where am I going from here? Zoom, and you do the whole thing backwards again. It's fucking cool.
That is cool. So, okay, I didn't even look that up in my notes. I just was thinking aloud, and damn it! And did I miss out? Is it still around? It's probably gone now, huh?
I don't know. I haven't been to Universal in like 20 years.
Same.
Well, we really want to go to Mario Land, so if it's still there,
Yeah, Mario Land's brand new. That
Yeah,
just
that's
started.
gonna
So
be
yeah,
there
you
for
can
a
go do
while.
that.
we are going to go do that. But then we got tickets to go see Tommy Buns because we missed him last time. So I can't wait. It's the Coming All Over the Place tour.
What?
Huh?
His name of his comedy tour is "I'm Coming All Over the Place."
Well
He
done.
talks about that way too much. Way too much.
Yeah, because he jerks off in every single hotel that he stays at.
Jesus Christ.
It's true.
And apparently he shoots ropes.
Oh, by the
He's
way,
like fucking Spider-Man.
Go Web Go. Fly.
so when you weren't here, your boy Antonius volunteered
What? No.
the ending song
No, I did not.
And you're going to love it.
Don't throw me under the bus on
Well,
that
I'm not going
one.
to name it because we're going to get pulled for this, but it's going to be worth it because it's about a band I talk about that doesn't suck as much as a pickle. Anyway,
I got nothing on this.
Hey, there you go.
I'm looking forward to it, though.
So what? After hearing about the whole hanging, almost killing Brendan Fraser scene,
Yeah.
did you guys notice at any point in time that did it seem like uh-oh? I know obviously they refilmed it over and over again, but there's got to be some footage they're oh, just keep it, he's fine.
I think
it was in
I got the vibe, but
No, okay. There's one scene where he rolls his eyes back. Obviously he's acting, but just knowing that story, it kind of I was kind of
Ooh, yeah.
I was hoping it wasn't right when he drops, because that...
It's not.
Okay, good. Because I was watching it there, please tell me he does. Okay, he's okay. But
dude, that is definitely a stunt actor. That
Oh,
there's
yeah.
no way. That is that's like a wrestling trick. You need to know how to take that bump.
Right.
Otherwise, you're going to Owen Hart it.
Yeah, exactly. Or it's just you need to tuck your chin
Sorry,
and know
Blue
how to
Bomber
go up. There you go, Blue Bomber. That's
Or
better.
Blue Blazer? What was he?
It was the Blue Blazer.
Blue
yes.
Blazer, yeah.
Who is I don't know if God was mad at him for abandoning his Owen Hart gimmick.
Yeah, and the Blue Blazer gimmick was terrible.
Terrible.
Remember to eat your vegetables. And then he went and died. I'm like, that was the last thing he fucking said.
I know.
I mean, that's a great message.
It's goddamn. That's Vince McMahon all over it, though. God damn it, pal. Let's revert to the 80s.
Yeah. Hey, that was a good time.
But he was the Blue Blazer before he was Owen Hart. Or no, he was Owen Hart, then he was Blue Blazer, then he was Owen Hart, and then he was Owen Hart Nation. And then he was Enough, It's Clock for the Change. And then he was Blue Blazer, and then he was in the grave. That's Owen Hart's career right there.
Yep. But not Brendan Fraser.
Yeah. Now, Brendan Fraser, after this, actually, I looked it up. He's been quietly doing movies on IMDb. He's got a movie about once out every year. We just never heard of
Really?
it. Fucking swear.
I know he's been doing
okay.
smaller roles and stuff. He was in
Yeah.
the DC, not Suicide Squad, but something like it, where he played one of the robot superhero guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I know. The Doom Patrol.
Doom Patrol, yeah.
Okay.
And then
Was that
there's-
before or after The Whale, though?
before the Whale's
Before, okay.
his latest thing, where he's
Yeah.
finally getting the recognition he deserves.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah, but Whale's the last thing he did.
Okay.
Hold on, let me look it up.
Rachel Weisz? What? Oh, man.
See, you know what I would like?
She's- oh.
Encino Man 2. Now that he's back, he's in his comeback era, do Encino Man 2, finally.
Just like him, getting ready to retire.
Dude,
and everything.
Brendan Fraser looks like shit. I hope this is prosthetics.
Those are all
No.
prosthetics.
Well,
I mean, he
God.
did put on a little bit of weight for the role, but yeah, that's
He's-
prosthetics.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
He got a little hefty for it, but not
Yeah.
like that.
Wait, who is this Sandy Sick girl?
What?
Is that a Nox in the Moon?
No, the redhead in this movie.
Anyways, so
he's
back
done,
to the Mummy.
So wait, he's done a 2003, 2002, 2001, 2020, 2019. So he's done a movie every single year just about since this came out.
Got to pay the rent.
But you just never see. Some of these got super low. But again, this only got a 75.
Yeah.
So
Which it deserves more.
Yeah.
It definitely does. So let's go ahead and just say it. I'm giving this after a rewatch. I'm in this a straight up solid Event Horizon
80.
around. I'm giving it an 83.
Okay.
Okay.
I just think it needs to be edited. Oh no, sorry, this was certified 60, but audience score gave it 75. That's way too low.
Oh, 60
Wow,
is way
still-
too low.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm lowering it a little bit, but I still want to do an 87.
Okay,
Yeah, I
Oh
was
my God.
upper to mid 80s, and
look at her now.
who's that?
That's Evie,
Yeah.
dude.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Can we get a Morticia Adams? Oh hell yeah! What? God damn it! Okay, I'm still faithful to Captain Isabel, but Rachel Weisz, W-E-I
Rachel Weisz.
Weisz, whatever. Bonnie Weiss. I don't like girls named Rachel though. I really don't. So, but either way, have you ever dated Rachel? I dated Rachel.
No.
No.
It was the only. You know what? For an after dark, I'll save for that shit.
Oh,
Okay, there we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm going to give this thing. I was going mid to upper 80s, and I'm definitely going mid. So I was going to say 85.
Okay.
I'm a little higher. You're a little lower. Let's just say 85.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
we all agree. So are we just going to go with what, 85? 5? Okay.
85.
All right.
Which it more than deserves.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I don't think this math adds up. Who fucked me?
Antonius fucked you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you went higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was center
I'm-
centipede.
Yeah, I'm still higher.
Well,
I'm the first centipede.
I'm just
Feed her.
I'm just saying that if it wasn't for the last act, this would
Yeah.
be in the 90s.
Yeah, agreed. 100%.
So the beginning of the movie is like totally Indiana Jones and super awesome, and it's funny, and it's got like Bruce Campbell humor to it again
Yeah.
with the Sam Raimi. It's like
Very much so.
you could picture Bruce Campbell playing Brendan Fraser's character.
Yes.
Yes.
100%. Even the way the dialogue is written, it's written for like a Kurt Russell or a Bruce Campbell, like a man's man who's kind
Kurt
of
Russell
dumb.
would have been good too.
Yeah, he would have been great.
Yeah.
Maybe too old for it during
Yeah.
this point, though.
You know who he really reminds me of now, looking back? I think this is what they based Nathan Drake off of.
Refresh.
That would make sense.
For
yeah.
Uncharted?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, never played.
You're the PlayStation guy. You haven't played Uncharted?
It's just one of those games that a lot of people are playing, and I would ask about it, and they're just like, "Oh, it takes a lot to get into." So
I thought that's like one of the reasons to own a PS3. But
now when you're already got games that are really hard to get into, and you really don't want another game to really hard to get into, because then you're going to put down a game that's really hard to get into, and you're going to go back to it 6 months later and start it over because it was really hard to get back to.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like games like that are like relationships, man. Like if you break it off for 3 months, you know,
I've done my time with games like that. It's like, listen, you just got to get through like the first 40 hours, and then it's really good.
No, it's cool.
I was like, I'm not restarting
That's why-
Final Fantasy X again.
That's
Yeah,
why
not doing
games
that.
like Final Fantasy X actually does take off with a boom, though. It really does. It's a powder keg right from the get. It just got that slow moment when it's tutorialing you for the first 2 islands.
Dude. Oh my god.
Plus, it doesn't matter. I just concentrate on how badass Orin is. I just make him the main character. Like he never leaves the party.
Not Kimari.
I'm not a Kamari guy. I know people that were. I've done a Kamari run. I even did the right stuff too, where he had like Ultima and double cast like right from the get, because like I would just play so much Blitzball to unlock that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you're playing all that Blitzball, yeah, you put in more than 40 hours.
dude, Blitzball is like one of the reasons that I like that game.
It's
believe
a
it or
lot of
not.
fun.
It is. A lot of people either love it or hate it, but Blitzball is basically like turn-based hockey. So
Yeah.
it's like a lot of fun.
Does it bother you that Final Fantasy X has better water effects than this fucking movie does?
I was just about to say Final Fantasy X, the opening, has better water CGI than this does. And
Had a bigger budget.
I don't think Final Fantasy X had a really huge budget.
It felt like Square Enix went all in on their first PlayStation 2 entry.
They invented like what they call the white engine. So that's what that was, and it could handle. That's why the CGI, and they would have like mini movies. Compared to just like the regular plays, and the
Right.
mini movies were like fucking amazing. Like when you're skating down like the chain and shit,
Or the opening.
yeah, or the opening when he's in the water, like in the music hits and everything else, and it looks like it looks PlayStation 3 quality. Like to this day, it looks
Or
good.
the scene
Yeah.
where, he's comforting Yuna and she's crying. And
Yeah.
Sudakidane starts playing and all
Yeah.
the fireflies in
Exactly.
Macalania. Yeah.
Yeah, or like the end where you cry when he slaps his dad's hand after he jumps off, knowing that he's a fake.
No, that wasn't one of the good animations. That was one of the in-game cutscenes.
When he tries to hold her and he disappears through
No.
her. No,
When he jumps off?
No, when he's holding her and he goes through her and she goes, "Hold me," and he goes, "I can't."
Yeah, I thought that was in-engine.
No, the jump is in engine,
Oh, okay.
but
Yeah.
the-
I thought they were the same scene.
I meant the I'm telling you, the jump is in scene when he tries to hold her. I'm pretty sure. I gotta play.
Back
it
to the
again.
mummy!
So yeah, then when the whole him in jail scene with the warden though is so scripted, like Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
Lady, get me out of here. And he's like, when he tells him about He goes, wait a minute, I recognize you. You're the one who stole the key. And he like punches him and shit like that. There's like so many like fucking, like I said, Indiana Jones-esque comedy, but like more like Indiana Jones meets Army of Darkness is what I got from
I
there.
would agree with that. Yeah.
And the same thing too in Army of Darkness. He gets captured, he's in chains, he gets rescued, et cetera, et cetera. And then he cleans up in the next scene, and the girl's like, well, I would never, da da da. And then she sees him and she's like, whoa. Same thing happens in here exactly. Oh my. Oh, God damn it. All right, Mr. Fancy Pants. So now, they're explaining. He's like, oh, I've been Hamanaptra, blah, 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 blah. So now their second voyage is in there, and here's where we meet our, like, true cast of characters.
The Americans.
The Americans.
None of them have names.
No. We have the, no, they do. Mr.
They Burnsy and Bob
Yeah.
and all of them, yeah.
They do have names. They only say it a couple of times, though. It's like O'Connell,
didn't catch one of them.
where every other goddamn scene they yell out O'Connell.
Yeah, he's the only one, I think, with a full name.
And that means it fails the female test. I forgot what it's called, where you can't mention a male name forever, blah, 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 or there can't be a scene in any movie. Have you guys heard of this test?
Yeah, it's got to have...
Brigman's test?
Yeah, it's got to have a scene where two women are talking. It has to be like over 10 minutes, and they can't be talking about a man or something like that.
Yeah, and you can't mention... And you can't mention a man's name during a scene when he's not in the scene ever. And it's called like the Brigman's test or some shit like that. But you know what I found out which passes that test recently on, like, I was just farting through YouTube?
Aliens.
No, I just found out, though, that I thought totally did not. I thought it failed it. Starship Troopers.
Really?
Because it's got a love rectangle in it. You would think that Rico would be mentioned more often. He's not.
A love rectangle?
Yeah, because you have the pilot,
Daz.
Carmen, Dizzy, and then Rico.
Oh, okay.
Xander is the name of the pilot.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, that passes the Brigman's test, and it was like meant to because they wanted them all to be like all like Nazi youth, where they're all equal. No, that's what like the co-ed shower scene was about and stuff, where like the guys and the girls could be together.
Yeah.
He's not wrong on the Nazi shit. Like, if you read the books, like, it's like alternate universe. Like, if the Nazis took over, why do you think there are that many fucking white people in Buenos Aires?
Exactly.
South America.
Yeah, okay.
So, and then, like, the uniforms, and that's why.
It's still a great movie, though. And I hate Nazis, but if Starship Troopers is the future... I don't know. I kind of like that world a little bit.
Co-ed showers and
co-ed showers
green
and
see-through violins. Yeah.
And those titties, though. And Diz's titties are Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
She's you know what? God, now I have to rank them.
Hold on. Is Dizzy the redhead?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, with the curly hair and the oof. And that's a bit all right. And the scene where she's trying to take off her like sweater and it gets stuck above her face, and then a little bit of bondage in there. And then Michael Ironsides goes, Rico, I need you in 5 minutes. Make that 10. Same score. The dude that did the score for this movie.
I believe it.
Mm-hmm. It's one of his last. I think he did 2 other movies after this, and like,
Who is it? Because this isn't like a big well-known. It's not John Williams. It's not Danny Elfman.
This guy is well-known. I'll look it up in a second. God damn it.
Yeah, who did it?
Hold on, I'm looking. Director of Original Language.
2 whole fucking pages of notes, and he didn't get who did the score.
How come it says the sound fucking mix and who didn't do the goddamn sound? Well, that's annoying. Thanks, Rotten Tomatoes. We need our own thing where we actually have...
if you guys at home find out, go ahead and comment.
All right, I'm just going to do it now. How about that? Why don't you guys talk about...
We're going to Google it.
Why don't you talk about the silliness of Benny? Benny! Looks like you're on the wrong side of the river!
I love Benny's character. He's probably my favorite character in all of this. Just because, like...
He kind of is the main character, if you will.
Nah.
He's definitely not the main character.
He's the Scooby-Doo of the character.
He's the comic relief, yeah.
Yeah, he's the Jar Jar Binks, and that's actually a great way to put it. My favorite scene with Benny has to be the chair scene.
Oh, and
my God.
Throws the chair.
Well. And he just starts to take off running. He just throws the chair at him, hits him right in the ankle.
Jerry Goldsmith.
Oh, yeah. He's done a bunch.
Yeah, he's done a bunch of movies. I'm pretty sure, too, he did what I was talking about. But Jerry Goldsmith was like that guy that did a bunch of these type of movies that were like kind of, I don't want to say in the genre of Lucas, but you know what I mean though, right? When I say in the genre of Lucas, like I'm not trying to give Lucas that much credit.
Who's Lucas?
Exactly. Damn, he did a lot of stuff. Dude, that chair shot though.
Yeah.
How many times do you think it took him to do that? I want to think that was
I think it was supposed to hit him like in the back or whatever, but it actually hit him in
nails
the
him.
ankle.
Yeah.
And they're like, ooh, keep that in. That looks super fucking painful.
That looked way better.
I'm not willing to doubt you on that one at all.
No, my favorite scene with Benny is definitely when the mummy's got him cornered and he's pulling out the religious symbols. Like
he just goes
going
through all of them.
He's like, no, it's okay. I got more. God. No, and then when O'Connell just throws him off the side of the boat.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
Bye,
how
Benny.
did he get back on the boat?
I don't think he did. I think he just kind of swam along
Yeah,
until
he
they all
swam on
got
the wrong
off.
side of the river, dude. Yeah, it is. Dude, like all of Benny's scenes are hilarious. And then again, the Sam Raimi scene where he throws out the window and then he gets up and he's doing like what you said. Like they do that again earlier on in the movie when the mummy gets shot after the
Oh yeah,
and like it's the exact same scene. I'm like, oh come on, man.
Benny went through a lot of stuff.
Damn, he got
Furniture
nominated for a lot of shit, dude. So let's see. Do you want me to just go to 90s and read what he did? Total Recall. So let's see. Other things we did would be Basic Instinct, Mr. Baseball, Gladiator.
he did Gladiator.
Okay, a little all over the place here.
Rudy. Rudy. Bad Girls, The Shadow, of course. Congo, First Night, which is mainly a Star Trek Voyager, Powder. Ooh, Powder.
I forgot that existed.
Powder.
Oh, God, that was in the vault. Why'd you got to bring that out?
Dude, he almost
We
did,
got to do a review on that one.
he almost did every Star Trek movie. LA Confidential, The Edge, Deep
Nice.
Rising, U.S. Marshal, Small Soldiers,
Oh, he did Small Soldiers. That's awesome.
13th Warrior, Hollow Man.
Ooh, 13th Warrior.
With Antonio Banderas.
Yeah, he did a lot of, and that's just in the 90s, and he did like Rambo, Commando. Fuck, man, he did a lot of shit. Did he do Predator?
No.
Tell me he did Predator.
That's
Oh my God.
Silverstein.
This is Goldstein. Maybe you're getting your Jews confused. Rent-A-Cop, Rambo. Nope, no Predator. Damn, I wanted him to do Predator. Fuck. It's okay. Well, anyway, yeah, he did a lot of like giant epic movies. Dude, that chair shot though. Back to that. That is amazing.
I do like
I've seen this movie so many times, and I swear to God, I was in mid-sex act once, and I'm like, whoa, stop! Here it comes. And the chair shot. I was like, okay, continue sucking. That actually happened. That, really.
Why do I
believe
I
that.
don't doubt that at all.
Yeah.
I go, whoa. There it is. All right.
Yeah.
I swear I'm paying attention.
Exactly. That's why I had one eye open.
I do like that, him and McConnell have like this weird relationship where they hate each other, but they don't really fucking hate each other.
He tries
like
to
at the
save
end,
him
he
at the
tries to
end,
save
yeah.
him. Just with that, bye, Benny. It wasn't. There was no like malice or anything there. It's like, yeah, no, I'm gonna miss the little bastard.
And even when it starts raining stone after the second act, the beginning of the third act, when like all the plagues start to happen,
Yeah.
he's running and like things are flying out of the sky, destroying shit. And he goes, "Benny, where you been?" And
almost happy to see him, but not really.
But not really. And then, okay, so let's see. Let's talk about the good though. The
Okay,
effects.
you want to talk about the really good?
The really good effects.
Oh, the good effects.
Good effects. I mean, the practical effects are really good.
I don't think the Mummy is that bad himself when you first.
No,
he's not that bad. In fact, he's quite kind of creepy the way he moves around. He has those Resident Evil eyes and shit. And also the way he moves is very tic-tacky. Like it doesn't move very
All the
fluid.
mummies move like that, so it makes it look better because they
Right.
wouldn't move smooth if they tried.
Yeah.
So giving them the kind of jittery, creepy motion, I think helped.
Yeah.
The props on all the Egyptians effect. Well, not we talked about the props, like the gun props, but also like when
What about that shot in the opening shot of ancient Egypt?
I actually like that.
That was a
good.
really
That
was
was
really
solid.
good. That holds up with like some of the nicer like Star Wars stuff that got done in the prequels.
It
Right.
reminded me of the King of Egypt, the animated movie. Do you remember that?
No.
It
Prince of Egypt.
Prince of Egypt. Thank you. That was actually probably my last favorite Disney movie.
That was not a Disney movie.
That what? Get the fuck out of
No,
here.
not a
What was
Disney
that?
movie. I don't know. I think that was the company that eventually turned into DreamWorks.
Okay.
Because that came out like a year or two before this, right? That was like 97, 98.
Somewhere around there. Yeah.
I think it was like 97, late 97 or early 98, I think. Because I remember seeing it in school and going, this movie actually is pretty fucking good.
Yeah. No, it was really good. As far as musical cartoons go, yeah.
But the art style was that of like Lion King.
It was more drawn out, almost like something in between like Emperor's New Groove and
Okay, I see what you mean. I just mean like color palette wise and
Yeah.
like how it was. But in the beginning, there's a cool shot of Egypt where you see it being kind of constructed and it's very kind of like this. I did like this. This also reminded me of, believe it or not, and don't hate on me because I actually like this movie, but it reminded me of early Stargate, like the movie, not the show.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
yeah.
The first
forgot about
Stargate
Movie's
is dope.
awesome.
The first Stargate is a great movie.
You guys did that one already, didn't you?
No, we have not done
No.
that yet. That's on the should we list, not on the we got to do that list.
I might stop the bike later if I get
That is fine.
wild hair up my ass.
That is fine. I don't actually. I think Stargate. This dude did the fucking soundtrack for that too as well.
It's the same soundtrack.
Start. Okay, you might be right. Speaking of soundtrack, you know when the cat walks on the doo 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 on the
Yeah,
piano?
Yeah, you were
he
saying
hits-
it matches the.
If it's the four beginning notes in this. Someone like I saw that video on YouTube when I was researching, which is kind of cool.
Okay.
If we're talking about the good, got to talk about the really good. Eevee or Nox on the Moon? Which one are you taking?
Oh, dude, I'm taking Eevee all day.
Did
Yeah.
you see the ass on a Nox
I
on the
don't
Moon?
give a shit. Did you see the fucking rack on Eevee? Dude, she's got Mickey Mouse ears, man. Meaning they're perfect tears. They're not like these are fake as shit. These are you put them on your head and you go, "Who's the leader of the club that's great for you and me?" MICKEYMOUSE, and she goes, "No, I'm Eevee.
No, it's another white girl with big crazy eyes.
Librarian, and I like cock." I could read hieroglyphics on your dick with my tongue. Look at me pick up this golden book like it weighs nothing.
What are you with all this flim flam?
What is you with all this flim flam? And she even says comeuppance.
Comeuppance, yeah.
And you're like, you're going to get your comeuppance. But dude, I tell you, when he locks her in that room, when he picks her up over his shoulder and throws her in, I'm like, I know I've seen this movie a million times. But if he goes, give me 5 minutes, and would have locked the door, I would have been like, oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, no. she was irritated, but also fled the basement.
That
you know?
would be Indiana Jones.
Yes, it would have
100%.
been.
Yeah.
Even if they would have made it tongue-in-cheeky, where she ran out like seconds later.
Yeah.
And he's like, wait, come back. You know, still, that should have been left in there. The running time, though, is a little long for this movie. I think. I know it's supposed to be a summer blockbuster, and it was. But looking back right now, this could have been a cute hour 45. I think the end scene could have definitely been compressed.
It could have been cut down a little bit.
Like
but
the-
I don't think it was too long.
Here's where you could have cut out, and it would have been fine. Cut out the excessive amount of scarabs. We already know.
Scarabs are one of the better CGI effects, I think.
I'm just saying, though, they use them to go up, and then seconds later use them to go
Chase 'em
down.
right back down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like it's pointless. And then also to the priest bodyguards versus the Pharaoh's bodyguards could have one or the other.
Pick one. Yeah.
Pick one or the other. Having Benny's multiple trips in and out of the treasure, you could have just had, even though we love seeing him on camera, him walking alone with like treasure that gleams is kind of like lame. They could have just showed him walking once and go, wow, you know, and then
that's it. Yeah.
And that's it. And you wouldn't have had need none, including his death. When he gets locked in and you see like them surrounding and the light goes out,
Yeah.
you could have done it like a little quicker. Yeah, you know, but then there's some scenes that go on long here that I like. Like, for instance, when they find the mummy for the first time and they're like about him trying to fingernail his way out, that was pretty
Right.
gruesome. That was cool. The whole thing about the organs in the jar, you didn't have to have that, but I'm glad they kept it.
Yeah.
It was a good little extra thing to have in there.
Yeah, and I liked all the scenes with the Necronomicon. I'm sorry, the Book of the Dead, where every time they touch it, and then it's like Valbruca. You know, like a wind will go by every time, and they say the word curse, like a wind goes by, and they're like looking around. I thought that was cute. The drunk scene with Eevee could have been cut out, but I'm glad it wasn't because
No, I'll leave that in there. That was great.
That was, yeah.
her being chained up. That could have been longer.
Harder and uncut.
Just saying.
Yeah.
The fight scene, the shootout scenes are just long enough. I don't think they're over gratuitous. The scene with the Assassin's Creed ninjas jumping in was awesome on the boat.
See,
That was sick, yeah.
I did like the gunplay and everything. There was one scene where you said you counted too many rounds out of a revolver, but I think that might have been like a break action revolver, and they can hold like 8.
Okay, because that was the American where he was just shooting, and then he just turns to the side and starts shooting, and I'm like...
Yeah, he starts fanning it, and he shoots like a whole bunch really quick.
Yeah. I don't know. That bothered me, but... Also, too, how...
It was the 90s. Nobody fucking reloaded in the 90s.
I mean, there was a fair amount of reloads.
There is
in
a
this
fair...
movie.
Yeah, he's
there
right.
There are a fair amount.
Or you run out of bullets and throw your guns down and pick up new ones.
Yeah.
Or
Or you run out of bullets, throw it, nail a mummy square in the head.
That
That's
was
a great
Which
shot.
I feel bad for the guy, the actor, that mummy.
Because
Even if it was a
He
rubber gun?
Yeah, like if looked like it had weight to it, like
That
he
thing-
just got hit in the face with like 5 pounds.
That's a 5-pound flying missile that's spinning.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
that would suck.
That would
There was
suck.
definitely like
And
an
it hit him in the
apology
pommel
fruit
too.
basket.
Yeah, that was like, dude, you're getting a receipt. Easy.
I was ready for like a hit marker to pop up on it.
I think the one scene I really don't like the most is because it's kind of common knowledge is when they have to go back to the college and then everything is the library, everything is explained to them.
Yeah.
And then it's a race against time to figure out where the other book is when it's clearly, well, if that book's there, then the other book should be there. That part kind of bothered me, and it was a little long. And the whole chase in the street thing was a little long. I'm glad that, I mean, I know why they did it. They're like, this movie can't just be sand.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
It's rough, coarse, and it gets everywhere.
the Hemotet, bring out your dead, slap. Bring it. It was a little Monty Python. It had a little bit of Monty Python to it, don't you think?
Oh, I
Yeah.
definitely agree with that. Yeah.
Well, it didn't remind me of Monty Python. It reminded me of Resident Evil 5.
Ooh.
Especially with, like the whole North African kind of vibe. It made me think of like...
Food for Estelle.
No,
I know
not
that's
4.
four.
Not
I know it's 4.
Yeah, I don't know what they speak in the second one, but... in the fifth one, but...
In the 5th one, I think they're from like Somalia, aren't they?
I don't know.
I think it takes place the same. In Mogadishu. I know part of that game takes place where Black Hawk Down went down. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so yeah, probably around there.
At least the beginning of the game where you like meet up.
So Swahili, I think.
I guess
I don't know.
I just remember that like when you had to fight those like 7'6" like black basketball player dudes that were giant. And they'd stomp and you'd fly. I hated that.
All I know is Resident Evil 4 was a lot easier when I was playing with my, Mexican roommate, Sancho. Because he'd be like, he's behind you, because they tell you that in
Yeah.
Spanish. Yeah, I didn't have anyone who spoke, the language in Resident Evil 5.
Dude, yeah, it's hilarious because it's a different type of Spanish, but the Spanish is so basic that like after
I did not recognize it as Spanish. That's why I was like, how do you know what they said?
like
It's Spanish. I'm like, no, it's not.
I forgot one of them goes like something as spentanape or whatever, but there's the outsider.
That was the worst Spanish I've ever heard.
Didn't say I could quote it, but if you did notice, I did the sign language in Spanish perfectly, and like that was perfect.
He also orders quesadillas with jalapenos.
Yeah, jalape. The jalapeno, the North motor car.
Zach ordering a beer. Uno más cerveza, por favor.
Stop it, you! How dare you bring the child in there?
I wasn't even doing the chat. I was doing Fluffy.
I don't hunt mummies whatsoever, asshole. But I would suck Brendan Fraser's cock.
Speaking of which,
It's got a white pommel with gold tips.
you were right. He was not shirtless in this.
I told
At
you.
all.
As much as I wanted him to be.
No, and neither was Evie, unfortunately.
As much as I wanted her to be.
Dude, if this movie if you would have said, fuck the PG-13,
Oh, yeah. Hard R version of this?
not a hard
dude,
R,
the gown she got when they're at the village
just
or
make it
whatever.
see-through.
Oh yeah.
Just make it see-through, so we get a...
Or you
just-
have tons of leg action.
Make her
like,
wear
just-
what Anoxinamoon wore in the beginning.
No, what I'm saying is
hey,
her outfit, if we would have just saw some nipple, because we were about to see it because of how sheen it was,
Yeah.
they put a different cover underneath, and it's like, dude, really, you are fucking killing me right now. And then a little bit more blood. Even when the mummy gets cut, he doesn't bleed, and it's like, he's immortal. You could make it bloody because he's immortal. It's stupid. It's not someone else dying, because the shadow play death, I like that they do it only to the same character twice.
And it's a fun callback to like the older style monster movies
Yeah.
where you would see deaths like that.
Jason
Exactly.
the Argonauts kind of stuff too.
Right.
But it's like a little bit of blood could have made it funny.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like I mean, I'm not saying no like Evil Dead 2, but
Army of Darkness.
The only blood you actually see in this movie is at the end when he's immortal and he walks into the blade and puts up his hand and you see a little bit of blood.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Like
little bit.
I cut myself shaving my balls amount of blood. Like barely any. Like barely any.
You've never cut your balls shaving, have you? A lot of blood when you do that. You accidentally nick
Yeah.
to it. No, it bleeds like a stuck pig, man.
Yeah. Well,
I don't recommend it.
that's a good sign though. That's a good sign.
And then you gotta rip the Band-Aid off later when
No. I just
I
gauze
use
it.
duct tape.
I just gauze it and forget about it until next shower.
Oh.
If it gets gangrene, it gets gangrene. I just do this thing from Cabin Fever. I just pour Listerine over it.
Ow.
God, I hate that fucking movie for that one scene.
How do you hate that movie? What about
for that
what
one
about the
scene?
scene where she's shaving her legs and the skin comes? That's the fucking creepy scene.
Oh.
That's fine. I'm not pouring brown Listerine on my balls.
Did you guys ever see the recut of that?
No.
Where what's his name actually refilmed it scene by scene with new actors for Netflix because he was pissed off that Netflix wouldn't have his movie on there, so he refilmed it for Netflix or some shit.
Really?
Dude, it's one of those things where you start watching, you're like, wait a minute, this isn't Cabin Fever. And you're like, wait a minute, this is Cabin Fever, but I don't recognize it. Like, and then you're looking at your weed like, how strong is this? And then you realize there's two Cabin Fevers by the same director with the same exact script verbatim. So I'm talking about the original.
Which one's better?
The original, the 2002 one, 2003, the one that came out like a few years later. So it's just the same movie, but without like the dude from Boy Meets World, and you know, I don't know.
That's weird. Like, I don't understand why Netflix wouldn't let that movie on there. I mean,
Someone else owned it at the time.
oh, okay.
I think
Yay,
Lionsgate-
licensing issues.
Li-
Buy
li-
physical
yeah.
media.
Yeah, exactly. So there's that, and also they didn't have the Pancakes Kid. They had a different Pancakes Kid who wasn't cool that did the gay bar dance. Remember that?
Well,
Yeah.
speaking of remakes here, we admit that Tom Cruise fucked it up with his remake. They're probably not going to remake this.
No, he killed it.
But there's one way they could remake it.
Video game.
The Mummy with Muppets.
Well, I mean, anything. I think that the CGI with the mummies would be a lot cooler if it was Muppets chasing after me.
Who needs CGI when you have Muppets?
I think if the scarabs were giant Muppets, like kind of like the rats of unusual size, that would be cool too. There was a lot of Princess Bride in here as well.
There was, yeah.
Like every time, like the whole them getting drunk scene reminded me of like Wesley could have been in the room too trying to score, you know.
And the brother and the warden were having like
Yeah.
a little, going back and forth, just smacking with the.
and they're just stealing shit from other campsites like Willie the Nilly. I mean, there was a lot of like Princess Bride stuff going on. God damn it! There was a couple of the things that like. There's a couple of things that I got from this and reminding me of this, like meaning people stole from this, and I'm trying to think of what it is at the moment. But there was a couple of times that said, "Hey, the Shaun of the Dead thing."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Emotep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Shaun of the Dead. That is almost exactly
It's the exact same thing.
where
Yeah.
where he's walking, he goes, and then he's like, yeah, it's, and there was a
White lies
it's
running through my mind.
5 in the fucking morning, mate. It's Saturday.
door is
No,
open.
it's fucking
Fuck it.
Sunday, and I got work. Yeah. What happened there? Someone got a little bitey.
Pete.
Oh, that's my next wife's request. She wants us to do all 3 in a row
Oi, prick.
All three.
It's not home.
What?
of the Ice Cream Trilogy.
The Cornetto trilogy.
Oh.
So she wants to do
Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun, Fuzz, and then World's End. Yeah.
World's, yeah.
So, and I'm like,
Okay.
well, can't just take your requests all the time. So we'll wait. But that's not, so if anyone requests one of those movies, they're coming in a row.
Well,
They
Zombies
are.
is going to request Shaun of the Dead. So, yeah,
Well,
I will stop the bike for that the second this month is over.
What?
Ladies, yeah, because you got to make sure the ladies come first,
Yes.
and then we
Do
can
you
do.
though?
Sometimes twice. And if there's 2 of them, maybe 0. Because you just watch. And you go, yeah.
So no, I'll be a gentleman, and then once Girl Month is over, then we'll do Shaun of the Dead.
I just realized the death count in this is pretty high. In this movie, there's about like 20 people that died that are characters with like quasi names. Like, that you see more than one scene.
There's like 20 people that die in like the first 10 seconds.
No, I mean like that die that like have a character for more than just one scene.
Okay.
Like for instance, the fighter pilot, right?
Winston.
Yes,
Winston,
exactly.
yeah.
And he's Sir Hammerlock from Borderlands 2.
There we go.
Because his last name is Hammerlock.
Is it?
Is it?
Yes.
I don't think it was.
He said Winston Hammerlock at your service.
Maybe it is.
So that's
Call
a
back
direct
to the money.
reference.
Yeah, and he's like a British like old chap guy, The only difference is he's only half robot and he doesn't have a boyfriend. Like, God, what is his boyfriend's name in Borderlands 3? Fuck. Who's cooler than him? Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So something that I
Jacobs.
noticed when everyone was dying is, especially that opening scene where they're all like, waiting for them to get close. Once they start opening fire, everyone who gets shot on the wall just falls off the wall.
I noticed that
They
too.
kept falling. Like a lot of people are just falling.
They're
but-
just good aims.
Something I tried to listen out for, and I didn't hear it the whole movie. I don't know if you call it an action movie. There's no fucking Wilhelm scream.
There is.
There is?
There is. There is.
Yeah.
It's
I
at
didn't
the,
hear
it's,
it.
It's at the charge in the beginning of the scene you just mentioned.
I tried to hear it listening out
One
for
of the
it.
Arabian fellows gets shot and goes, ah! And he does that.
It happens with the mummy, too, when he gets shot in the hip or whatever.
The mummy does the Wilhelm
No.
scream?
Yeah, when he, like, spins off camera, it's like a high... It's there. It's, like, subtle. It's not, like... super pronounced, but there's
know-
like the low, and then it's over the top of it.
I don't know if it's an action
Listen,
adventure
watch
movie
it again with
yeah.
headphones. I
I'm
swear.
telling you though, when the scene you're talking about,
Yeah.
when they start shooting after Benny runs off, and
There's a Wilhelm,
there's an Arabian fellow gets shot, and I'm telling you,
the
it's
guy who falls like off his horse.
off his horse backwards like he's sliding
No,
back.
he screams, but he doesn't do the Wilhelm
He
scream.
doesn't do the ah.
He does something like that, but it's not the canned
It's
Wilhelm
not
scream.
the
Yeah.
ah.
Yeah,
It isn't.
it's not.
I don't know, man.
Antonius is one I don't know because I would have to go back and listen. But that one
There's
I
a Windhell.
know.
I'm telling you, there's a Windhell scream in here.
There
I swear.
is,
So
yeah.
I remember I smiled when I heard it, and
I always smile when I hear the Wilhelm scream.
Yeah,
It's,
me
it's
too.
the best.
So, well, in Starbucks, it's Star Wars. They use it like they turn that motherfucker up when they do
Yeah,
it.
you know
full
when
on.
someone's
that's
doing a
all
Wilhelm.
the audio.
Yeah. Like in the
The music stops so you can hear the Wilhelm scream a little better.
yeah, kind of like how when someone tells a bad joke, the music stops.
Yeah, except as
Well, ours is da ah. No
you sound like my neighbor.
Oh,
sequels. Did anyone see any of the sequels for these movies?
The second one,
Scorpion
yes.
King. Yeah.
Scorpion
was-
King, and then what was the standalone?
So this one had a standalone. The Mummy Returns, I believe, is what it's called.
Yeah.
No,
That-
that's the one with the Scorpion King in it.
And then there was a Scorpion
Right.
King direct
but
movie
that was
after
like a
that.
side thing, though.
So I remember in 2000,
which was also awesome.
in 2002, 2001, there was a Scorpion King game that came out in PS2, and it came with the movie.
I had the Scorpion King movie on UMD
Oh, wow.
So
for my PSP.
Yeah.
really, isn't it? So was it actually good? Because I never saw it.
It was a action movie in the early 2000s starring The Rock.
So it was bad.
Not
I'd give it like a solid 50.
probably.
It's
it
probably
was
more like
something
a
to do.
29 if I go look it up right now. I know Doom got a 13.
Doom, yeah.
Was Doom any good?
It was, I mean,
there was like a full 2 minutes where it does like the first person shooter thing and
Yeah.
it's going around. That was cool as shit. Everything else was dumb.
Yes. I
Damn.
agree.
You know, there was a whole movie, God, and it wasn't Jason Statham. It was called like Hardcore Jack, where the whole movie's in first person. Hardcore Henry.
Something like that. Yeah.
Did anyone see that?
That was fantastic.
I wanted to
was
see
really
that in the
good.
theater really badly.
No.
No,
Now, I'm very glad I saw it on TV, but I know like the wife couldn't handle it because like it was a lot of movement.
Yeah,
so
okay.
Yeah,
If
gotcha.
I'm pretty sure if I saw that like on like an IMAX, instant just nope.
My theater ain't an IMAX, though. I mean,
This theater might be fine.
This theater would be fine. I know what you mean. If you have to like look back to look at the movie like this, then yeah, I could definitely. You know, even what was the last Pirates movie? I saw that in like a huge IMAX thingy with my wife, and I remember like when the water came up and stuff. It felt like I was getting enveloped. Like there was so much. Like,
Oh, I love that.
I do,
That's
but
awesome.
I was really high.
Were you sitting like in the breakneck seats all the way up front?
Yeah, because it was like one of those opening day kind of things.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was. I was in a break. If I'm where I normally am, which is one row behind the handicap, that's my favorite row.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, if you have to go in front of that, no,
Yeah.
I'll walk out. I'll go get my money back and go to another showing.
Unless it's a very dark movie, then I don't mind it because it doesn't bother me so much. It's like very colorful, like you were saying, fast moving, breakneck kind of shit. Yeah.
I did a breakneck seat for one movie ever, and that was Queen of the Damned. And never again am I going to do that.
Never again will I see that movie.
Hey, don't. It's not awful.
It's
definitely better than
but
Doom.
It's better than Doom.
I don't know, dude.
The
better than
soundtrack
Scorpion
saves
King.
it. Yeah. Scorpion King didn't have good music.
How are the effects in Scorpion King? 'Cause I remember seeing like
Better than The Mummy 2.
because in the Mummy 2, he looks like he's from Diablo 2.
Yeah, he's
the
got
Rock looks
he's
like,
like
a
a
boss
scorpion
from
centaur.
Diablo 2. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
was
looks
that
like
was just
shit.
so bad.
It
Yeah,
was.
Scorpion King was not as bad because I don't think they use as many special effects.
Oh, that's good. Then there was a TV show based off this.
Was there?
Yes.
When?
And I'm not talking Mummies Alive. I'm talking there was actually a TV show called The Mummy, the series. And it came out around the same time.
Was it animated? Mm-hmm. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. So and it starred the kids, but they couldn't afford the likenesses. So everyone looks a lot different. They just have the same names.
Yeah.
And the book's the same and everything else.
Right.
Which makes me think, why couldn't they have done like an Evil Dead series that was animated? Because that would have been with Muppets, maybe.
Well, no. Even in the
I
80s,
know.
they had the cartoon series for like the adult. Because there was like the RoboCop. There was Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
That
There
was
was,
awesome.
a whole bunch of those.
I think RoboCop was directed towards kids, though. Even
Yeah,
though
it was.
It was, because that's how they sold
was.
toys.
Did you see the fucking, like,
Yes, I did.
I don't think that was geared towards kids, man.
Dude, it's not as gory as
Okay,
you
it
remember.
was the 80s.
Yeah, it was the
All
80s.
kids watched RoboCop.
Exactly.
We all did, yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's why we're the greatest generation.
Yeah, right?
Because we grew up on RoboCop and Blazing Saddles. Boobies, blood, and like bad jokes. We're all good. For the most part. If we you know what?
We're fine.
I
we
still
were
have
the-
trouble
we were the-
recommending movies
we
to
were
like
the-
my nephews and stuff.
We were the muddy snowflakes, is what we were.
It's funny. I was like, "Oh, you haven't seen this movie?" And I'm like, "Hold on a second. Hey, brother, can nephew watch this movie?" And he's like, "Yeah, we watched it." I'm like, "Yeah, we did. Think about it, though. You know,
Yeah.
are you cool?" Yes. Okay, well, let him watch it. Fine.
Yeah.
This movie, The Mummy, though, has a higher rating on the scale of like good to naughty list than Jaws does. Jaws is PG. This is PG-13.
Was way more gun violence and everything
This is
like
true.
that in there.
Yeah, but it's like fantasy Western gun violence where the guns
Right.
don't really do damage. You just fall down.
True. Yeah.
Because like there's no squibs or anything.
No.
If you were to add squibs in this movie would be gory as fuck. That's what they should have done. So nipples, squibs, get rid of a lot of the CGI in this movie would be near perfect. And
Evie and maybe Brendan Fraser's character both have to wear Anox on the Moon's costume.
or we can get Catherine Isabel.
I knew he was going to tie it in.
Yeah.
30560.
Catherine,
And-
if you're listening, he blasphemed. He said, he's like, "Ooh, Evie, I don't need Catherine Isabel anymore."
Dude. Well, I was in the
throwing
game.
him under the bus.
I was in a gay mode for a second because I saw Brendan Fraser and his beautiful face. And then I was like, questioning my sexuality. And then I saw her dressed as a librarian on a fucking ladder trying to balance herself. And I'm like, you know what? screw dudes. I'm into girls again. And then I saw her in the black, and I'm like, Catherine Isabel would look good in that, but goddamn, when she's in those chains, Jesus Christ. God, I'm back. I was
not for long though.
No. I mean, it probably be another 3 or 4 years before I rewatch this movie. But there you go.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think about Girl Month? Good first recommendation by the Vive.
Excellent first.
Very
Excellent.
much.
And I can see why it falls into Girl Month category because it is like
Safe for everybody to watch, but
Yeah,
girls like this movie who are in their 30s, 40s.
it's a dumb action movie for the guys, but it's also like a fun, campy, romantic comedy for the girls.
And it has enough horror, at least horror callbacks, to keep you entertained, even if you think it's like, as Fred Savage would say, where's the sports? Enough of the kissing.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
this a kissing
yeah.
book?
Yeah, so all the little Sam Raimi shout-outs, all the shootouts are great.
Also, there's a cat in it.
Exactly. The characters are very fleshed out very well, where like you get their personalities within the first 5 minutes of them being on screen, which is amazing because this is not really a movie with plot twists necessarily. It's just kind of like a long roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
And I will say that this is my favorite Indiana Jones movie, and I think it is the perfect sequel for Army of Darkness.
Yes.
If you think about it, it kind of is the sequel to Army of Darkness.
In some ways, yeah.
How about you guys?
I wouldn't say it's my favorite Indiana Jones anymore because, man, Raiders doesn't have bad CGI.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's up there.
It's up there?
I would say this right behind Raiders. Neck and
Okay.
neck. Yeah.
Ooh, interesting.
Raiders is great. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, for me, it would definitely be Raiders, then Crusade, then this.
You know what this is? This is
Crusade is so
This
good.
is a better Temple of Doom.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I like
I
that.
will give you
Yeah,
that.
I like that.
This is a better Temple of Doom.
I like that. It's a better Temple of Doom with a lot of Sam Raimi nods and a lot of Princess Bride romance.
And instead of the
Yeah.
Kalima, it's Anaxunamu.
Oh my God! They even kind of got the same costume design if you think about it. Holy shit! Yeah, I don't think you're wrong on that one. All right, well, I guess it's going to do it for the Night Party Pod on the Mummy.
I think so.
But I don't know. Should I end with your request over there?
Just do it. You're gonna do it either way.
How do you know that?
Because I know you.
Because you know me.
I could say no, don't do it, and that's just gonna make you do it more.
Well, all right. Well, talk up next episode.
The tension's terrible.
Oh, by the way, don't forget. Contact us on knifepartypod@yahoo.com. You could follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, on Father Heel spelled like your foot.
Oh, and follow my boy Vashi V Gaming over on Twitch. Who else are we shouting out?
Our next episode with Jeff Ugly Shoes is going to be
Jeff Ugly Shoes.
Oh, yeah. Also, The Scariest Cut. Follow them on TikTok and Instagram.
Yes,
TikTok
that's
and
right.
Instagram. So, anyways, back to the shoes and the wonderful movie you guys are going to be doing next time, which, I thought there was always only 4 elements, but recently I found out
There's a fifth.
The timing on that. God damn it.
All right. Thank you, everybody. I think I have some videotapes to return.
yeah, you better rewind them.
Bye, everybody.
Okay, I got to break kayfabe here. Everyone's bobbing their head to fucking Nickelback. Don't even lie like you're not, you goddamn bastards.